The hedge fund titan, who made headlines for saying,
Hell is coming. I've never had this experience before in my life. The closest I had was the financial crisis where I'm saying, things are coming, bad stuff's coming.
now has a new prediction: a massive economic boom by fall. Despite the Dow Jones Industrial Average's opening day drop of 900 points recently, Bill Ackman told in an interview on Monday that he believes a huge economic boom is coming in the autumn months ahead.
I think we're going to have an extremely strong economy come the fall. I think people are going to return to work in September.
Bill Ackman made a net profit of more than $2 billion in March 2020 after selling his market bets less than a week after warning that hell is coming, and pleading with the White House to shut down the country for a month. He then used the money to bet on the return of previous Pershing bets.
But I got bullish, okay? And the reason why I got bullish, and I've been aggressively buying stocks, including Hilton, the reason why is the only answer for the world is to shut the world for 30 days.
According to Ackman, the fund exited his bets against the market on March 23, 2020. Ackman's U-turn occurred less than a week after claiming that the United States was in peril unless President Donald Trump closed the country for 1 month to slow the spread of COVID-19. Bill Ackman is the founder and CEO of Pershing Square Capital Management LP, a prominent hedge fund. He has also headed Pershing Square Holdings, a public investment company, since 2012, which provides extra funds for Ackman to invest. He has raised single-stock funds on occasion, in which individuals give him money to invest in a single company's shares rather than investing directly in that stock. However, Ackman did something else last year. It was a banner year for special purpose acquisition companies, also known as SPACs, a structure in which a financial superstar seeks funds from public investors in a blind pool in order to merge with and take public a private firm that would be named later. As a well-known financial figure who excels at raising funds, Ackman chose to launch the world's largest SPAC. Pershing Square Tontine Holdings, his SPAC, raised $4 billion. Bill Ackman recently stated that the Delta variant of COVID-19 spread does not constitute a substantial threat to the economic revival, and that interest rates will rise as a result of the significant comeback. He stated that he thinks it will encourage anyone who has not yet received the vaccine to do so. He went on to say that he doesn't believe it will have a significant impact on behavior. People will witness a great economic boom, according to Ackman, and a very robust economy will emerge in the fall. As the number of cases rises, the Delta variant is generating flare-ups in unvaccinated areas of the country, leading to an increase in hospitalizations. The variant is less dangerous than other strains, according to Ackman, the founder and CEO of Pershing Square Capital Management, and the U.S. could gain herd immunity faster if more individuals recover from the infections. Bond yields, according to the hedge fund manager, would trend substantially higher in the second half of 2021 as the economy recovers from the pandemic-induced recession. He also claimed that he believes increased pricing across the market will not be as short-lived as politicians have promised, referring to it as the new normal, and implying that inflation is understated.
You're seeing housing prices go way up. I think the way the data is collected for the kind of CPI or other inflation numbers really understate what's going on in housing, and that's approaching a third of inflation. So there's housing inflation, there's real wage inflation, one of the big issues, and I think this is not a transitory thing at all. I think you're going to have to pay people to come to work, and I think that's actually a big positive. It's probably a long-term positive for the economy.
As we approach the new year, Ackman believes that yields will rise significantly as people recognize the economy will make a significant rebound. The drop in Treasury yields, according to Ackman, provided investors with a purchasing opportunity. The 10-year benchmark rate dropped 7 basis points to 1.22%, its lowest level in 5 months. According to him, this move gives him the opportunity to borrow as much as he can at a long-term fixed rate based on these rates. The hedge fund manager has placed a large bet on the restaurant, retail, and hotel industries rebounding. Lowe's, Hilton, Restaurant Brands, and Chipotle were among his top holdings at the conclusion of the first quarter. Following a pullback, he just purchased Domino's Pizza stock. By the way, if you've enjoyed this content so far, please consider subscribing. I post videos every Wednesday. Ackman also discussed his blank check company's decision to back out of a plan to buy 10% of Universal Music Group when speculators objected to the deal structure. Instead of the SPAC, his Pershing Square Holdings hedge fund will now assume the stake. Mr. Ackman's special purpose acquisition company would have bought a 10% interest in Universal Music, the label behind Taylor Swift, Lil Wayne, and Lady Gaga, for more than $40 billion under the planned deal. However, the transaction would have been difficult, and the SEC was unsure if it qualified as a SPAC at all.
Easy money made by things like SPACs and total return derivatives and so on and so on. You push that to excess, it causes horrible problems for the civilization.
These blank check firms, which employ public market cash to invest in a private company and then take it public, have attracted a lot of interest from investors and increased regulatory scrutiny in the last year. Mr. Ackman claimed in a letter to investors that his investment firm, Pershing Capital, had failed to persuade the agency to change its mind on the complex deal. Pershing Capital Tontine Holdings, the SPAC, had lost about a fifth of its value since the purchase was disclosed, so investors were cautious as well. Thank you guys for watching this episode. See you again next time.